Hello, you guys. I'm so excited. We're going to do some, okay, Virgo-ness. I have a Virgo mom. She'll be like, your lipstick. This is why we wear a hat, because I can't be bothered. So I'm so excited. Hello. On Fridays, Venus Day, we are going to connect to learning, particularly about people's astrology charts. And we're going to pick some known people. Now, we're not going to be super nosy. We're not going to know. We're going to use it to learn and to elevate. If these people happen to watch it, we want it to be useful for them, but also for you if these signs and aspects are things that you have. We're going to talk about some general issues, but these people are amazing and interesting and notable. And in particular, the two women I'm starting off with are. This is why we love the serendipity of life, because I didn't plan this. I just had the idea to do it. They came to mind, and then it turns out they have some things in common, namely their age, and a few key transits, but then you can see how different they are with their signs. So we love this. And again, we're using this info for good. We're highlighting these women because they're amazing and because we can learn from them and because no matter what, we all have some of these aspects in us. So yalla, let's go. So the first that I'm going to talk about is amazing Tori Dunlap. Now, I don't know if you know who she is. You should. She has millions of followers, and she is all about financial power, financial literacy, and financial gaming it for women. Notably, a few years ago, she came on my radar, and I think it's when she blew up for a lot of people on social media, when she actually shared how much money she was making for doing different things. And it was, I mean, absolutely wonderfully revolutionary, which I would expect nothing less, especially now knowing a bit of her chart. But it's so on brand for her moon and stars. So let's get into it. Tori is a Cancer. Now, her badassery, her power, her strength, a lot of people might think, oh, that's not, kind of Cancerian, which is obviously not true. She does have other things going on in her chart. But a Cancer at its best is all love and warmth and support, right? Its ideals are the feminine and the home, but it's also the sign of money. It's about having a home base, having it be safe, having everything tended to, and that takes money and power and heart and grit. Now, the love and the warmth that Tori exudes, which is beyond her brains and beyond her knowledge, is really, I think, what gives her so much power. And so when I saw that she was a Cancer, I was like, well, of course, she's loving, she's all about the money, and she's taking care of us, right? She's doing all this to care for people. A note about Cancers, which I always find hilarious and very true, is the way that the animal, obviously, is the crab. And how does a crab walk? Sideways, right? So it might not be effusive directly in how they share their love, but they do it through some way, and that's a way that they feel comfortable, right? Her helping people, informing people, using herself out there is amazing. And it's not surprising. Now, some parts of her chart, because I don't know the time, and again, we're not doing this to be like super nosy and like, peep and spy on people's charts like they're naked, because it really is. But depending on when, on the day that she was born, she might have a Leo moon and she might have a Cancer moon. So either way, it reinforces her strength and love. I happen to feel like it might be the Leo, but on va voir. We shall see. Maybe not, but the point is, it could be one of those. And so what's notable with the rest of her chart, though, is she has a lot of Gemini. I mean, homegirl is smart, right? She's book smart. She knows the facts. And that's her whole brand, is like, I know this stuff and I'm going to tell you because it shouldn't be gatekept. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. The overarching theme that she has in common also with the next person is being born in 94. And so in these past few years that she's become known, she's gone through her Saturn return, Saturn in Pisces. Girl, you're going to get a break. And honestly, part of the reason I'm doing this about Tori is because yesterday she talked, which she does so often and beautifully again, vulnerably sharing the pains that she goes through the cruelty of just a-holes in the world, and particularly attacking her. And the woman is beautiful and brilliant and badass, so people can still be cruel and it hurts. And yesterday she shared that, and it actually made me be like, oh no, we're looking at her chart, because this amazing woman is not just smart books, which she is, as she has, looks like Mercury in Gemini, again, likely, depending, Mars in Gemini and Venus in Leo. She's smart and she's a leader. I mean, that's her whole brand, and she does it beautifully. And right now, as she's in that Saturn and Pisces zone, which again, at the end of May, we have it switching to Aries, and then later this year, it goes back into Pisces for a bit. But basically, in these past years, when somebody goes through a Saturn return, it's when their life goes through a huge revolution. A lot of people get married, have children, move, switch jobs. I know for me, I had my whole life trajectory, worked at NBC Network News, was dating all these gajillionaires, and was like, I'm not happy, I'm gonna quit, move to LA, and totally change tracks. It led me to my personal joys, though. So no matter what track it takes, it's like the universe redirecting if necessary and putting you on a course that's more true to your soul's purpose when you got here. A lot of people, again, it's not in their work, it's not in their personal life. It could just be realizations that they want to live a different life. But it's fundamental and it's real talk. And in these past few years where she's absolutely gotten so known, famous, books, money, that's a lot. That's a lot to handle. I think you're doing amazing, Tori, but it's a lot to handle and it's a huge shift. And once you come out of that period, which for her and the next person will be in the next year, it's adjusting, right? Because you've gone through this period, and then life is constantly going to have us having changes, but it's an adjustment. It's an altitude adjustment in life, the Saturn return. And it's real talk. And when I see her, emoting, sharing her heart, sharing what she's going through, as she has helped so many women, of course also men, but mostly women, so many women to become empowered, to feel safe, to be vulnerable, to say what they don't know, to say that they need help. It's just incredible. And it's a brilliant use and a brilliant illumination of the Saturn return, which, yes, it gets a bad rap because it's some real talk, but it's also, as I say, it's the hard teacher, but the one that once you go through it, you'll be forever changed and love it. So that is a bit on Tori. Oh, also, she was born at the new moon, which, considering she's all about planting the seeds of abundance in our lives, I mean, I can't make it up. The part that blew me away is how the next person is similar but different. So it is Amelia. I just feel like she's Amelia. Chicken shop date. Because when I first saw her videos, again, a few years ago, when she blew up and became really well known, which obviously she's been on a steady climb for 10 years, but it's in these last few years that she's really gone pow. And again, Saturn return. She has been doing hilarious work. I mean, she is so brilliantly weird. When I saw her, I was like, she's got to be an Aquarius. And she is an Aquarius. Oh my God, it's so funny. Because she's an odd little bird, and she is a magical unicorn who takes humor, is brilliant because Aquarians are brilliant, takes her humor, takes her awareness, and takes her love of people and curiosity and oddities and puts it together in this amazing melange that we all enjoy. So seeing that she is also Saturn return a few months before Tori, it's showing two women who have gone through huge evolutions. I mean, Amelia on the world stage, Tori as well, getting out there and really becoming a huge success in a time that people say, oh, it's a short amount of time, but both of them will say and show it's been a lot of work. They have methodically planned. They have worked for their gains. They have put in the time and the effort, and it's wonderful to watch it grow. And also, it's a challenging period, right? Because not only are you in front of the world where people can be cruel and also hopefully more kind, but cruel, they're women and they're sharing parts of themselves and their heart. I mean, the thing about Amelia's that blows my mind is that she talks about dating, which we love, but also it's kind of funny because real talk about Aquarians, their main issue in this world is one-on-one relationships, is intimacy, is closeness. I often give the examples of Abraham Lincoln and Oprah Winfrey, obviously flawed individuals, but in the macro, a lot of their work was about gains that had global big appeal and helped lots of people and ushered in a new wave of awareness and consciousness, and were very forward because it's ruled by Saturn but also Uranus. It's like they're ahead of the curve. They know things coming. They have a psychic sense, a connection to the future. It rules the 11th house, which is social circles. Not an accident, she's absolutely known. But it also rules technology. And so she was on YouTube. Then she's, people say young, yes, but also that's in her to be an early adapter. She's always going to be on the forefront. And the fact that she's known for her awkward and honestly not very intimate dating life, well, the show, is kind of funny, but it's so perfect because it's so Aquarian. Oh my God, she's so strange. Also, it looks like for her in particular, her Saturn is at the 0 degree of Pisces. So she's really had it now in these past few years, because when you're at the 0 degree of a sign, you're starting out a new cycle. However, and again, this is another one of these magic, Amelia was born at the time of the full moon. And so that's a time, we talk about a lot of times releasing, what do you want to let go of, what no longer serves you, but it's a time of great sensitivity as well. And the fact that she's an Aquarius, born at a time of deep sensitivity, which is kind of not really what they're, super known for, is meaningful. Wait, I just wanted to check something about her chart quickly. Oh, yeah. And like me, she has a Virgo moon. I know, it's a lot, right? But it's what makes her shows so fantastic. It's what makes her style on point. It's what makes everything that she does have this finished excellence to it. Plus being an Aquarian where they are brilliant and all about the excellence. It's like a smash up for obviously communication, as Virgo is Mercury ruled, but also she's translating and transmitting ideas and concepts to people so that they can heal, so that they can get better, because Virgos are all about healing. And really her show allows people, by her putting herself out there, which is the bravery and kindness of an Aquarius, she puts herself out there and people can see themselves. It might not get talked about so much, but a lot of people see themselves, see their foibles, see their insecurities in what she goes through on her dates and also in life. She's out there, she does these funny bits, but putting yourself out there is not easy, no matter if you're an Aquarian where it might be a little bit easier. But the Virgo moon means she really cares and pays attention and can be very harsh on herself. So what I would definitely say to Amelia is be kind to yourself. You're amazing. You're gorgeous. Everything you do, even if you don't try, is brilliant. So, we know she tries, but she's so great. So, but it's the weirdness. That's the thing that I love. And when I say weird, I mean, she is not doing anything crazy or bizarre, but she puts her unique twist, and it's different. It's, yes, unique, but it's a bit odd, her dance moves. It's a little weird. It's a little alien-like in the best sense. She is very much, I feel like, an artist in her work as an interviewer and personality. And I think it's brilliant and, such a breath of fresh air, but so awesome. So the world needs more Aquarians out there being weird. We do have Pluto in Aquarius, which means for the next 14 years, she'll be going through a personal evolution, as Pluto requires death and rebirth of things that don't serve us. And so that will feature very prominently for all the Aquarians in this period. So, you know, be excited about that, but also get the help that you need so that you can do that, because it's a lot. The other thing that I wanted to mention, Amelia also has an Aquarius stellium. It's just weird. Mars, Venus, and Mercury. I mean, it's all the personal planets. She's just out there, and we love it, and we need it, and more of it. She also has a Scorpio stellium, which is why she's also very private about things that she doesn't want to be known about. It's very interesting. Those are a lot of the outer planets, but still very interesting. They both also have Jupiter and Scorpio. Now, we love to talk about Jupiter because while we talk about Saturn, which is our challenges, talking about Jupiter, that's our blessings, our luck. That's where whatever we pay attention to grows. Jupiter is beneficent like that. So that both of them having Scorpio Jupiter, not only are they comfortable in the shadows and dealing with things, which is why they both are talking about money and sex and love and dating. I mean, two of the most taboo topics, and most sensitive and most unknown and mysterious, but they're doing it on a massive, big scale so that the rest of us can learn and see. They are taking the skeletons out of the closet. Scorpio loves truth. Scorpio lives for truth. And they're using that in such a beautiful way. So anyway, I just wanted to highlight these amazing women who I enjoy, learn from so much, and hopefully their paths can help you. Because whether you're going through your Saturn return right now, or you just went through it or will be, and remember, it happens around every 30 years. So that means around 30-ish, then around 60-ish. Whether it's your Jupiter in Scorpio, your sun, seeing how all these planets work together and make us our unique magical formula, but we can also learn from each other. And so, as I love these women, if they see it, I heart you. Be so well, and have a great weekend, everybody. Bisous.